Another thing I really like about EJAE is her voice, something that she has admitted in interviews that she was insecure about was her dark voice. She felt it wasn't feminine enough. In my opinion, her dark voice is what gives her her signature touch. What's up? I'm Yokai Seiya. Welcome to my channel, and today I'm going to be talking about EJAE and why she deserves the success that she is getting now. EJAE was the singing voice of Rumi, the main character from K-pop Demon Hunters, and she sang on the song Golden, Takedown, and other ones, but Golden being the main song from the movie that was like the most successful. I'm gonna read some stats here. The song Golden has been #1 for over 8 weeks. The song Golden by Huntrix broke several records, including being the longest running #1 song from a movie soundtrack this decade on the Billboard Hot 100 and the longest leading hit by an animated group in chart history. It also became the most streamed song from the movie soundtrack, surpassing 3 billion global streams, and was part of the soundtrack that became Netflix's most watched movie of all time. EJAE was a K-pop idol trainee for over 10 years, from age 11 in 2003 until 2015 when she left the company. She started training at SM Entertainment in 2003 and trained for roughly a decade before her training contract with the company ended in 2015. The main reason for leaving was she left the company after she was not selected for a debut with a group or as a soloist. But this actually would come to her favor later on. So even though she was not in a group or a soloist initially, she pursued other paths in music, including studying at New York University's Tisch School of the Arts, and later became a successful songwriter, especially using the software Ableton. And then because of her experience in the K-pop industry, being trained for so many years, she has inside information on how the industry works. And she wrote songs for other artists like Red Velvet, aespa, and Twice. So she was able to hone in her skills as a songwriter. So although she did not become an idol initially, she was still using her skills in other areas. And little did she know at the time, she was going to become a star in 2025 with the movie K-pop Demon Hunters and that phenomenal soundtrack that came with the movie as well. So one main reason I feel she is qualified for the success she has is, one, all that training she's been through. She's someone who definitely deserves it because she put in the hard work and knows what it's like to be inside the industry. And the way that she blends Korean and English, and same with the rest of the songwriters for K-pop Demon Hunters, the way they incorporate the K-pop culture into that soundtrack is phenomenal. Some of my favorites being Golden, Takedown, Soda Pop, and I would say Your Idol would be like my second favorite next to Golden. I love the way the people behind Saja Boys put together that track. They did a phenomenal job there, and I love the E minor key as well, especially the work that Andrew Choi, Nekwav, and Danny Chung did on the songs Your Idol and Soda Pop. They absolutely crushed it as well. I plan on making a future video going more in depth about them as well. EJAE, Audrey Nuna, and Ray Ami all did a phenomenal job in the soundtrack of K-pop Demon Hunters. A lot of these people who are in this soundtrack, especially EJAE, were not people that you may have heard of initially, but now are given the spotlight, especially with EJAE. What makes EJAE and some of these other artists on this soundtrack so special is because a lot of them weren't necessarily initially picked for groups or to be a solo artist, but then found other avenues of success. And now because of this film, now they have been brought to the limelight, and it's a spot that they really deserve. EJAE and all the other people have worked so hard at their craft and now are finally being brought recognition. But EJAE especially, having that K-pop idol training, having that songwriting training, and knowing how to use the software programs, especially like Ableton, give her the credentials, in my opinion, of success. And she has the formula and knows how to write a good song. And along with other songwriters, the other songwriter that she collabed with was Mark Sonablick, who is somebody who co-wrote the song Golden. And they had an interview where they broke down how they wrote the song, and it's really good. Definitely recommend giving it a watch. And it all starts off with just simple melodies in your head that you just record on a phone, things like that, and then throwing ideas back and forth, and then eventually crafting the final masterpiece. And it's really cool to see all the different demos that came out. Another thing I really like about EJAE is her voice. Something that she has admitted in interviews that she was insecure about was her dark voice. She felt it wasn't feminine enough. In my opinion, her dark voice is what gives her her signature touch. Golden has an incredible vocal line on it. All three women who sang on that song did a phenomenal job, EJAE being the lead vocalist on that song. And the way she hits those high notes in Golden is absolutely insane. I've heard she was recovering from bronchitis when she was recording those songs. To be able to sing at that range while recovering from bronchitis is absolutely insane. And I'm so happy she was able to pull it off, because it's music to my ears being able to hear her sing those high notes on Golden. And that's another thing about that song that I really like. Because in my opinion, if she had like a more conventional like type of voice, it would have still sounded good regardless. But in my opinion, it's the dark voice that she has that gives that song that unique touch. That dark voice of hers is what makes it special, in my opinion. The one thing that she was insecure about that she's admitted in interviews is what makes it sound so cool, in my opinion. And I'm so happy that her dream of finally becoming an idol is coming to life in a way that maybe she did not expect, or maybe not the conventional way, as she was not initially selected to be an idol girl or be in a group. But now, because of that movie, she has a chance to be in the spotlight now, and I hope that they continue to push on that momentum. It would be so cool if Huntrix put out another album or something and started doing tours just like Blackpink and Twice and BTS and all these other amazing K-pop groups. It would be really cool if Huntrix, or even if Soulja Boys, came out with a whole album. If they started just doing their own music and going on tour, I would 100% want to go to their concerts to see them live. I would be like, shut up and take my money. I want to see them live. EJAE deserves her success because she has the industry training, the songwriting experience, and she has a unique voice that gives her a unique sound in K-pop. And the way she blends Korean and English so seamlessly, that's a skill in itself. Being able to sing in multiple languages and just combining it together is absolutely insane to me. And I'm so happy that now she has a chance to be on stage, as she was with the other members of Huntrix, the singing voices of Huntrix, performing live on Jimmy Fallon. And then they're having another performance in the future as well. So I hope they continue to be on the stage. That'd be so cool to see. All right, so that's what I got for this video. That's it for now. Do you think EJAE deserves the success that she has now? And do you think it was well worth it? I'm Yokai Seiya. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, hit that like button, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you in the next video.